Republicans got some unwelcome news in New York, and Democrats picked their people in Florida in one of the year's final slate of primaries.
This community has always had my back, and I am so honored to now get to return that spirit and that favor.
Democratic candidate Pat Ryan claimed victory over Republican Mark Molinaro in a special election to fill New York's 19th congressional district. That's a race Republicans were watching closely because of how aggressively Ryan ran on abortion.
How can we be a free country if the government tries to control women's bodies?
The special election was also seen as a test of whether the GOP red wave is weakening before November. Molinaro's loss suggests that's a possibility. But abortion wasn't a decisive issue for Democratic voters in Florida. Agriculture Commissioner Nikki Fried lost the Democratic primary for governor despite elevating the issue to the top of her campaign.
I know that tonight is the start of a new chapter for the state of Florida, a new chapter for so many of the women that I've met on this campaign trail.
Former Republican governor turned Democratic Congressman Charlie Crist won the primary instead, running on a message of bipartisanship and experience. Crist has kept his focus instead on beating Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, a rising Republican star who is widely expected to run for the presidency.
That's what's at stake in this election. Make no mistake about it, because this guy wants to be president of the United States of America, and everybody knows it. However, when we defeat him on November 8th, that show is over.
Also on Tuesday, Congresswoman Val Demings won the Democratic primary race to take on Republican Senator Marco Rubio. Demings will now vie for the chance to be Florida's first black senator. And in New York, a bitter contest between two longstanding members of Congress ended the decades-long tenure of Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney. Maloney had squared off against Congressman Jerry Nadler in a Democratic primary after redistricting combined their home turfs.
Carolyn Maloney and I have spent much of our adult lives working together to better both New York and our nation. I speak for everyone in this room tonight when I thank her for her decades of service to our city.
With just 11 weeks to go until Election Day, Democrats are seeing momentum in the polls that suggest Republicans might not sweep them out of power after all. Sarah Westwood for the Washington Examiner.